Hello, and welcome to this edition of Mornings. I'm Jamie Crosby.
And I'm Alexis Bamford. Don't mind us. We're just filling out our data match surveys. I really hope I get Prince Harry.
I don't think that's how that works. But you can fill out your survey too. Check your North Penn email right now.
While you do that, let's get right into what's been happening at North Penn.
All right, we're thrilled to present this year's first Superintendent's Honor Roll Award.
That was the sound of the Superintendent Honor Roll Award Prize Patrol. Dr. Dietrich and his cabinet surprised the high school at their staff meeting by awarding the first Honor Roll Award of the year to Mrs. Michelle Darty. Mrs. Darty is the Assessment and Data Retrieval Secretary. She's basically in charge of getting all of your courses scheduled properly. As one nominator said about Mrs. Darty, she's always willing to help her colleagues and never makes you feel bad for asking her questions.
But Dr. Dietrich wasn't finished giving out awards. Next up was Mrs. Megan Shoppy, who was the second Superintendent Honor Roll Award recipient. Mrs. Shoppy has been a special education teacher for over 23 years, both at Penndale and North Penn High School. One of her nominators said Mrs. Shoppy is an incredible support to the staff at North Penn. When teachers have a difficult case or are in a tough situation, Megan is often the person they go to for advice. This award is given each year to nominated and selected employees who dedicate their time and talent in ways that go above and beyond. When you see Mrs. Shoppy or Mrs. Darty, make sure to give them a high five and congratulations.
This week started off on a high note when North Penn held their annual choral festival. Students from elementary, middle, and high school got the opportunity to show off their vocals and instrumental skill. The night culminated with all of the schools gathering to perform together.
Mr. Brumbaugh is back yet again with another question.
Hey, welcome to this week's Brumbaugh Challenge. A little criminal history for you today. On this date, what infamous criminal event occurred in United States history? The answer when we get back.
North Penn is filled with many unique students. This week on The Why, we checked in with Julia Smeltzer to learn more about her life here at North Penn and her future plans.
Hi, I'm Julia Smeltzer. I am going to the University of Pittsburgh next fall, and I'll be majoring in media and professional communications. And I am a link leader. I'm the treasurer of Goodwill Ambassadors. I'm a writer for the Night Crier, and I'm editor-in-chief of the yearbook. My favorite memory has to be just like making connections and relationships with teachers, because that has really pushed me throughout my 3 years. A lot of my teachers have inspired me, but the three that stick out have to be Mr. Monero, Mrs. Seiler, and Mrs. Weiser, all just because all three of them have pushed me to see my full potential. To tell everyone's story, and there's so many kids at North Penn, but I have a big responsibility and a big role in making sure that every student gets in the yearbook and has their story told. Just find a group of friends that stick by you and have your back, and don't just be friends with people just for the social aspect. Just being with all my friends, because most of us are going really far away for college and going away from each other.
Mosley, here to give us this week's lowdown. How are you doing this morning, Gabby?
Thanks, Jamin and Alexis. I'm doing great this morning and hope you guys are too. We have a couple of quick announcements to throw at you this week, so let's jump into it. Reading Olympics is sponsoring a book drive for kids in our community who need them. Drop them off in the boxes in Mrs. Schmidt's room K126 or the K-Pod reception office right away to contribute your childhood books to an amazing drive right here at our high school. The second annual NAACP Ambler Branch Youth Committee Black History Month Race and Equity Essay Contest is running now. Questions and max word counts vary for each grade level, so check out the flyers posted around the hallways today and have all essay submissions in by the deadline on the 31st of this month. Put your celebration of Black History into paper and pen and submit your essays or any questions to the email on your screen right now. To those going to the ski trip this afternoon, make sure your cars are parked in S-Lot. Avoid leaving anything in the high school before you and the club depart, and don't be late as the bus is set to roll out right after school today at 2:12. Finally, Grab your racket as the boys tennis team is holding sign-ups during lunch periods on the 27th and 28th of this month. That's all I have for this week's Lowdown. I'm Gabby Mosley, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. The annual Night of the Arts Broadway Cares Gala fundraiser will be held here at the high school on February 21st. Broadway Cares is the nation's leading industries based on HIV and AIDS fundraising and grant-making organizations. Auditions for the fundraiser will be held through January 23rd. Anyone can audition, presenting monologues, dances, songs, or a video submission. You can submit the video to the email on your screen. Hey Alexis, do you have any hidden talents?
Of course I can do an Irish accent, and if that doesn't go well, I'm landing Australian, mate.
Okay. We have Arush Hati in the studio this week to dish out the latest on everything North Penn sports. How are you doing this morning, Arush?
Thanks, Jamin and Alexis. I'm doing great, and I hope you guys are too. Let's dive right into sports this week, with both the boys and girls swim teams dominating against Quakertown. They look to bring a similar performance against CB West on Tuesday. On Thursday night's Continental Conference matchup, the boys basketball team lost to the Souderton Indians in a defensive battle in the fourth quarter. The girls basketball team beat the CB South Titans in their matchup last week 47-35, giving props to their incredible defense in holding the Titans back in the final quarter. The Knights wrestling squad lost to the Quakertown Panthers on Wednesday. They go head-to-head against CB West next Wednesday. Good luck to all of our teams as they look to bring in some more wins for us this season. That's all we have for this week's sports update. I'm Arush Hati, sending it back to the desk.
So Jamin, tell me, what's your hidden talent?
Well, you like to do accents. I also like to do accents, but I like to do a British accent.
Oh. All right, now let's throw it over to the question of the week.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
I can dislocate my thumb.
I can touch my tongue to my nose.
I can say the alphabet backwards. I can flip a water bottle. Yes, let's go. I can do this with my tongue. We can do this. Moonwalk it.
I can lick my elbow. Dancing.
I can make my eyes go in different directions.
So we have Mr. Berger here in the studio with...
Actually, I'm not sure.
All right, well, let's throw it over to...
The new and improved Mr. Monero.
Wow, thanks, guys. Yes, they have names. This is Lindsay Gilbert and Paige Mitchell, the president and vice president, respectively, of the sophomore class. You guys are putting on a Red Cross blood drive next week. Sign-ups next week, blood drive in a couple weeks. So let's start with you, El Presidente. Give me the who, what, when, and where of this blood drive. How is it happening? Why is it happening? And where can we sign up?
So it's happening Wednesday, January 29th from 7 to 1 p.m. during the school day. And we're doing it because it saves lives, and it's a great fundraiser. We're really excited about it.
Why do I want to donate blood? What do I get out of it?
You get coffee and a donut from Dunkin' Donuts after you give blood, and you can win a Wawa gift card.
It sounds like a great deal.
It is.
Paige, how do we sign up?
So we're doing sign-ups and lunches in the senior caf, and if you don't have a lunch, you can go to Miss Marino's room in E116.
There are a few requirements that you can talk about, Lindsay. There's a minimum age and a couple other things that we need to know about if we want to sign up and give blood. What should we be aware of?
So you have to be 16 and older to donate blood, and if you're 16, you have to give a parental consent form, but if you're older than that, then you can just sign up and come down.
All right, day of the blood drive, Paige. What do I need to do if I am donating blood?
So you need to eat and drink before you come down and bring your ID, and then also when you sign up, you'll get a card, and so you have to bring that card with you as a pass.
Excellent. Now, if I'm not 16, but maybe I'm going to turn 16 in a couple of months, I'll still have an opportunity to donate blood, right?
Yes, we're having another blood drive in May.
Okay, so stay tuned for that, all right? So Alexis and Jamin meet Lindsay and Paige. Maybe they'll show up on your data match. All right, everybody sign up for the data match, right? It's free to participate. The results will come in the week of Valentine's Day. $3 to figure out who your best friends are. Maybe even a prom date. Who knows? Guys, let's go back to you. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Berger. Let's check back in with Mr. Brumbaugh for this week's answer.
Hey, the answer you've all been waiting for. On this date in 1950 was the Brinks armored car robbery, and they were captured just before the statute of limitations expired, but the loot has never been found. Rumor has it, it's in the mountains north of Grand Rapids, Minnesota. You better find it before I do. Bet you didn't know that? Now you do. Thanks for playing this week's Brumbaugh Challenge.
The winner of this week's Brumbaugh Challenge is Kashish Patel. That's all we have on this edition of Mornings. I'm Jamin Crosby.
And I'm Alexis Bamford. Have a great weekend, North Penn.